I shut down because I'm like, crap, now I have to respond to every single one of those people. And I have to send the message to your commenters and your likers and thank you for the support and all that stuff. It's like, that sounds so like nasty and mean, but it really does. Like, ask Carrie, every time I'm like, I just walk away, like, please, nobody, just like read it and then message me if you want help. Like, it's like one of those things, because you appreciate that support, but at the same time, it can be very overwhelming. You know what, does that make sense? I don't know. But
then I tell her, go back to your phone and start messaging those people.
And then I'm like, no, it took me 2.5 hours this morning. Like, when she just messaged and said, what are you doing in 10 minutes? I was like, getting on your team call, if that's what you want me to do. But I was sitting here for over 2 hours, like, just messaging. Cause I also, if you watch that call, I want to stop the copy paste. Like, if I message someone, I want to touch on something from their page. It takes a lot of time. Like, that's really freaking hard. But at the same time, when I push send, I feel better about that because I looked at your page. I saw you have 2 sons. Where you went last weekend looked really fun. I love this time of year. Like, whatever it is, like, I don't know. So make the post, be vulnerable. If it's in your bra and underwear, I'm your biggest fan. If it's not, I'm still your biggest fan. Cause, like, seriously, I knew the second I saw my text message pop up, I was like, I knew this was going to happen. Like, I should delete this. But I didn't, because that was literally the night my whole life changed. And it wasn't just like a Chalene Extreme before picture, because that was my first program, Rocket, whatever. But I did that. Of course, I took which all of you guys have seen multiple times, because I don't have a lot of befores. So I've shared the same one several times, but the second I saw that picture, I was like, oh my gosh, holy hell. Like, who is that person? So I don't know. Be you, share your stuff. Don't emotionally shut down when you get flooded with likes and comments. And that's my story for today.
Yeah. It's funny that you that was like before your Beachbody picture, because my like real before picture that I have always said that, like, when my phone died, I lost it. It was in my bra and underwear, and I took it before the free group, and actually I think it was a week before the free group, because I was just YouTubing workout videos, and I was like, when I first started that, I was like, or when I lost it, I was like, man, that really sucks. Like, that was my really good actual before picture, but it was like in a thong too. So I don't think I could have shared that.
See, that's the bet, Megan. You don't think you can, but the crazy thing is you could have.
Yeah, I probably
you would have.
It's gone.
But still, like, I have more befores and afters, but I lost them all when my phone died. Like, I lost my progress through 80-Day Obsession was all gone. And I was like, well, now I have to redo that whole program, which is fine. It's a great program.
You don't get as good results the second time.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I thought I had like a Kim Kardashian butt the second time. It was like, I needed heavier weights, I think.
But I love you guys, and I love your posts, and I love following you guys, and you're just putting yourselves out there. And I just wanted to tell you, I'm almost 3 years in, and I still had one of those moments yesterday where I was like, okay, what am I doing here? Like, what's happening? Did I push it? Did I push the limit too far? So, yeah. And then the other thing is, and then you'll get a bunch of, the girl on the left was good too. I liked her. I liked that girl on the left. I'm not saying, like, I'm still who I am at the core as a person. Like, I made a post on my Instagram the other day, or in my stories, and I said, like, peace out to the 7th grade version of me, because that was a really hard year for me, and I started to, like, have a lot of negative self-talk and everything. And I got a message from my middle school best friend, who I haven't talked to in years, and she was like, P.S. I really liked the 7th grade you, though. And I'm like, okay, it's not that I hated myself. I just you go through these moments, and it's so funny because it just shows that other people don't see it like you do. Like, nobody truly gets what we're going through.
Well, that's just it. Nobody knows what's going on in the inside.
No.
I mean, seriously, like my before pictures, like I had people tell me like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were miserable, because everybody can put on a fake face. I mean, really, like,
yeah, it's not something you usually talk about.
Right. Right.
And it's not stuff people want to hear about is the problem. Like, we would probably talk a lot more openly about how miserable and unhappy we are if we felt like people would listen. But they don't. They don't want to hear the whole, or like,
people are pretty nuts.
heavy stuff. It scares them because they don't know how to deal with it. And it's scary to go through it because you don't know how to deal with it either.
Yep.
Thank God for PD, because otherwise we'd all be hot messes all the time forever.
See, and that, no, true story though. Like, that is the truth. And the thing is, they do want to hear it. That's what I want to say. They do want to hear it, but they don't necessarily, I agree, they don't want to hear it when you're in the thick of it. Like, they want to know when you've kind of made through and you can show them there's a light. Like, you've got to be able to not be, it's like, be you and be the Debbie Downer, but show the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, that's what's key. But also, if I'm having a really bad day, like when I did that team call, when she asked me, I was like, Candace, I'm not in a good spot in my business. Like, it is not happening over here right now. And she was just like, no, I want you to tell them I want you to be completely honest with what you feel like you're struggling with and everything. And I was like, okay. So that's the thing, but people need to know it is really freaking hard. So I did. I said everything I think's wrong with life, basically.
It was so refreshing.
What I'm doing wrong. Cause it's like, cause I think even sometimes, like even some of the people on Candace or Cozy's team who were like, they put you on this pedestal, which first of all, I have no place being, but they put you on a pedestal and it's just like every single person is just like you are, truly. And I just had my come to Jesus 2 weeks ago and realized Micah Folsom's not a celebrity. That was shocking to me when I came to that realization. I listened to Brooke Castillo and then I was like, Micah is not famous. But every time we're with her, people walk up and they're like, Micah, and they like flock to her and interrupt all our conversations because they got to get pictures with her. And I told Carrie, I was like, I feel like it's a shocker to your system when you're like, they're just like us. Like Bonnie Engel, who I would kiss the ground she walks on. She walks across that Beachbody stage and I'm like, my butt can be walking across that Beachbody stage. Like every single one of us will and can be in that place. I'm on fire.
Amen, sister. There's no reason for me to say anything because Shauna just comes in and like.
I'm like, do you really want me on your team call? Here's what I'm thinking today, yo. I'm just kidding.
She just brings the heat.
But Carrie wants to know what y'all are struggling with. What's happening? Go.
Yeah, what do you need? What's your questions? What do you need?
What you need, what you got.
I don't want to talk about it. Just kidding.
I was kind of struggling. I kind of just like switched tactics big time. I feel like I say that every time I'm on this call. I'm trial and error over here. My whole life is trial and error. But now I was struggling kind of with like conversations. Like I know you were saying that like you didn't want to like message the people and like have those conversations, but I kind of, not that I felt like I was being fake, but like I don't know. Like I think I was focusing too hard on Beachbody and like when I would reach out to people, like I would immediately go into Beachbody or I would like talk about like what the incident when I had instead of lately, like I'm reaching out to like all my people in my free group, which is like 70 people. And instead of like talking to them completely about just workouts and Beachbody, I've been just like asking their story and like actually being like super genuine, which is totally a lot of time, but I feel like I'm enjoying it more. Like when I was talking like kind of salesy-ish, I feel like I was like, they would respond and I would like not read it because I didn't want to sell. And at this point, like, I feel like I'm just being like a professional friend maker. So I don't know if it's going to get me anywhere. I'm at Success Club Zero right now, but I haven't really invited anybody. I've been focusing on my free group, and then I'm going to, on Saturday, Sunday, I think I'm going to really focus on trying to get them into telling them about our boot camp. So we'll see. But yeah, I was kind of stuck with the whole talking to people and getting overwhelmed with like, that's a lot of time. Like, people like ask you questions and it's like the same thing over again. But really, I needed to be focusing, and I am trying to now, like building solid relationships. And not that I wasn't being genuine, but I just don't think that like I didn't really have that trust built yet. I don't think so.
Now, are these people that you are reaching out to yourself, or are you doing that with new followers? Like, are you seeking them, or is this just starting the chit chat part with your followers?
A little bit of both. I've been putting a lot of effort into my free group people because I spent so much time, and I'm kind of like, I know that they're interested in having, like, they're interested in getting healthier, and that's how I first started. I joined the group with Carrie in clean eating because I was like ready to make a change, but I didn't know what the heck that change was.
Yeah.
So I know that they're semi-interested, and I'm like super comfortable. Like, I just ask them like how they're enjoying the group, and then they respond, and I'm like, so what's your story? Like, whatever. But I'm also heavily, like, with new followers, I will just respond to like, mainly it's when I respond to their stories.
Okay.
I'll respond to their stories, and if they reply back, then I'll start like a genuine conversation. But I'm steering away from just DMing them. Like, not like replying to a story, I don't think is that weird because it's like a reply, like you're just saying something. But if I don't know.
It's so funny because Shauna and I have had this exact conversation over and over the past week and a half. Like, the copy paste. That's how I've been doing my invites, just so I can hit the quota of invites that I need to get out, because it's a numbers game and somebody will eventually say yes. Guys, I'm at 0 too. Like, and we've been talking about how it doesn't feel like me. It might work for Kate Morgan Schultes, whatever her last name is. Yeah. It might work for a bunch of people, but it's not working for me, and I feel icky. So when I start feeling icky, it's when I need to change what I'm doing.
On the other hand, though, I felt super comfortable and not weird at all inviting to my free group, because I'm literally offering them, to me, I mean, I think it's a lot for free.
Oh my gosh, your free group is killer.
Oh, I didn't join it.
Yeah, I was going to ask your opinions on it, but
I'm going right now.
But no, I like, for me with that, like, I would send like 100 a day, and I only did it for like 4 days, but I got 70 people in there. And
that's so funny because I hate running free groups, but Carrie and I always talk about how that is the easiest thing to do, because you can invite your entire following list to the free group, because if they say no skin off your back, like, it's fine. And half the time they're like, well, shoot, it's free.
Right. Like, and when they say no, you're not thinking, oh, there goes $50 out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, I know we shouldn't attach money, but guys, this is a job. So of course we're looking at, that's my paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, it's not about the money, and it's a perk that we get paid. But guys, it is kind of about the money too, and the fact that this is my job. This is how I'm putting food on my table for my kids. This is how so it is there, that whole feeling of, I can invite all day to a free group because I don't have that emotion attached to it that comes with it.
Yeah, and I would send, like, I mean, I think I got a ton of yeses. And a lot of those yeses were people that I had sent, like, I think 2 months ago, I sent out, like, I did this kind of, like, half share my heart, half share, like, create curiosity, like, random copy paste, like, whatever. The one that I sent in our group a while ago. It was a little bit too long, but it wasn't bad. And I got a couple people interested out of it. But I had sent that to him, like cold message kind of, on Facebook. And a lot of those people that I sent that to, they read it and never responded. They said yes to the free group. Or a lot of them reached out to me about the free group through my posts. So I'm still kind of heavily leaning against cold messaging, but I mean, I might do it here and there.
Right. But I can't say I won't ever do it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to do a free group at the beginning of every single month, I think. Switch it up a little bit between crock-pot meals, clean eating, whatever. But I think that is where I can hopefully, I'm going to see if I can build the relationships with these people, and if some of them convert into actual challengers, then, which they should, but then I think I'm going to try and do a free group at the beginning of every month, and then
let me just suggest that you do it the last week of every month, and then it rolls into your new month. Or like, I don't know, I guess if it's working for you, do you, girl. But I think if you did something like the last week that kind of leads into that first few days of the following month, like then if you weren't hitting Success Club, it would give you a chance that last week. I don't know.
The only thing
you're just like a free group queen though. Like I need to like feel all your why can I not find this? Where are you? Hang on.
It's called 7-Day Clean Eating. Like I was super basic with the name.
7-Day Clean Eating. I'm finding it. You're just such a beast with the free grouping. It's insane.
I don't know why. I mean, I think because I'm just so, like, I invite the hell out of it. Like
that's just perfect, though. Like, what you're doing is working where that's concerned. And even if they don't necessarily get something from you this month, you're providing so much value before you're asking them for anything.
What you could do with these people, Megan, is convert them into a community. Like, put them all into I guess you could just even keep that group. And who does it that, like, Patty Pittman talks about, she has one, but there's a coach that was on National Wake Up Call, I thought, or on Beachbody Champions.
Martin has an entire wellness community that's free.
Yeah, so maybe you could start building.
Brianne really wants to do one with me because Brianne is like 100% in this business just because she wants to help people. Like she's not in it for the money, the ranks, like nothing. Yeah. She just wants to help people, which is amazing. But she wants to do a free group so bad. I'm like terrified that it's another thing on my plate. But I need to get my like new coach training. I want to get that done before I start that. I need to.
But you could, I mean, even if it was like you decided your January free group or something like that, that can be the catalyst for just rolling that into a monthly, like that's your wellness type of community. I watched Kate's, was that on the Beachbody Champ, whatever that was, but I watched that wellness crew video and I thought, like, that's awesome. And I would love to do something like that. And then you always have, that can be your out. If not, no worries. I have another group that I could add you to. Or like if someone says financially it's not for them right now, I still want to have something where I'm in there a couple times a week. You're sharing recipes. You're sharing just value to them. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should roll it over because that number is, I was very excited. My goal was to hit 100, but we had such a busy Sunday that I didn't invite on Sunday, and I could have hit 100 if I would have.
You're so awesome.
Seriously. Like
You're
that.
Great. Like,
I've never had that many people in a free group that I ran by myself. Like,
yeah, and posting the prize board last night, I had like 6 people like go in and like comment on some of them trying to get their points up.
that's awesome.
And I'm just gonna send them like a PD book. I'll send them like Miracle Morning or something. The winner. Hey, can I see that?
You should. Do you have Audible?
Yay! I found you. Oh my heavens!
So you should send it to them on Audible because then it's free for you.
Really?
Yeah, if they don't have Audible, if it's their first book on Audible, you can send it to them for free.
I did not know that.
So that would save you some money in the prize department too. I mean, I just say, like, you guys don't have to keep the Audible if you don't want, but here's it. And like I always just tell them, this is the best way for me to get personal development in. I have 4 freaking kids. Like, sometimes I just put in my earbuds and just ignore them. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, go away. I'm listening. Like, because I used to read for hours. I mean, I read the whole Harry Potter series in a week and a half, all 7 books. Like, but I don't have the time to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Go lay down.
I listen to it in the car. I used to hate driving, like hate it. And now I'm like, let's go to the store. Let's go.
Let's go for a ride and listen.
Need a nap? All right, we're going to take another lap. You're going to sleep. I do not mind driving anymore.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad it's going so well for you.
Yeah, it's a lot. I honestly, I don't know if I'd recommend having 70 people in a free group because I'm really trying to like build personal relationships with every single one of them. And I have to say it's a lot of work and I'm not really focusing on anything else. Even though, guys, I think it's a record. I don't think I've missed a day of posting in like a few days. And I've been trying to tell stories too.
You've been doing great. Your posts are, I think you're doing good. Guys, I can take lessons from all of you guys. Jessica had a killer post yesterday too. She sent it to me before and said, should I post this? I'm like, yeah. Oh yes, you should post that. Like, it was a really good post. The only thing, Jess, I would say to do different, you did the like butterfly, there were butterflies, right?
I didn't mean that. I don't know how it happened.
I would do a transformation post. Have you, and not just your face, have your husband take some pictures of you. Now, full body. Full body. We just heard Shauna say she wanted to puke. My first transformation post that ever got posted were not by me. It was by Beachbody on their Instagram. 5,000 likes, guys. And I had people messaging me saying, holy crap, this is you. And I was like, I'm going to puke all over. I couldn't take it down. It wasn't my post. Like, so I get that feeling for sure. But people, like, you can share my transformations, you can share Shauna's, you can share, but people don't know me. They don't know Shauna. They know you. And they want to see what this is doing for you.
Sadly, I don't have any before pictures. Like, I take the pictures.
I guarantee there's some pictures of you somewhere on Facebook or in a family photo or in your husband's phone of nothing. He's never taken a picture of you with your daughter ever at a park or anywhere.
That's way too many. He saves everything.
Okay, good. Then go through his phone and find some pictures and then do a side-by-side.
I can do that.
Okay. And it doesn't have to be in your bra and panties, so people from work will message you and say, girl, did you ever think?
Yeah, it does.
I would so do that, but my bishop's on my Facebook. That's kind of bad.
You know what?
Oh, my grandpa's on mine. I'm waiting for my message today.
I hear you. I was young women's president, so I was in charge of girls ages 12 to 18 in my church when mine got posted. And I was like, oh, Nikes. Like, I had a 12-year-old boy on my ward saying, hey, I saw you in your underwears. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it's not underwear. It was a sports bra. Like, okay, it's underwear.
Yeah, Jenna Kutcher, the girl I've been listening to, the gold digger, she in her bio, she has my dad hates my underwear picture.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My dad used to brag on me about my bikini pictures, like my before and after my bikini, and I was like, get over it. I'm 25 years old. I own a bikini. You're just gonna have to deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's so dumb. I was just like, shut up.
My dad's never said anything, but I know he's had private conversations, I'm sure.
My dad likes all my pictures, but he never says anything. So, I'm like, okay, well,
My mom shares them. My mom shares all my
that's
pictures.
awesome.
So
All
good.
of her friends see it.
That's so funny.
Well,
Yeah, I definitely, the underwear, bra and underwear is an interesting way to go.
I don't know why they cared about that because yeah, it's less revealing. And have you been on Instagram lately? Like, do you know how many thong butt pictures you see when you search fitness hashtags? Just
Oh,
I
yeah.
reported some of them because they were just nasty. I was like, no, that does not need to be on social media. Like a little kid scrolling through, no. Like I just
Yeah.
this is where
Yeah.
I go out sometimes with those posts. But
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with your picture. End of discussion. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least it's opening conversations, you know. Sometimes you have to shock and awe people to get them to respond. So I guess
Yeah.
there's that. But
Well, yeah, and clearly it was shocking.
To
To some.
Okay, I didn't even think twice when I saw it. I
I
thought
didn't
it
either. She sent it to me and I was like, you're fine. Like
Yeah.
you said, a swimming suit shows more.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, and my thing was, which was, I'm in that thread with like some of the other sister coaches that Carrie and I have on Micah's team, and they like video message me in like our little pod thing, and one of the first questions that Decker asked me was something, she said like, did you show Luke? And Lucas was the first person that I asked about it, because frankly, our husbands, even if he said that's too much, I probably still would have done it. Like, I wouldn't have done it, but like I may have changed it a little bit. But it's like, that's the person I need to worry about if you feel like I'm too revealing on social media, because that's your private relationship and you're sharing that. But if he's okay with it and he's supportive, then everybody else can take a back seat to that, in my opinion, when it comes to what you're showing on social media. So
That last night after you posted?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Travis would try to post everything, so I can't let him on Facebook. He's like, you're doing so good. Here. No.
maybe you let him take over your page for a day.
Maybe we do 1 week where our husbands are responsible for posting. See, Brad would write killer posts though. That's not fair.
Brad would write killer posts. Right now,
Not my husband. He still hides from my camera. Actually, I made him take a sweaty selfie today. That's gonna be my post today because I really needed one. But
Oh my god.
he always he literally, we finish the workout and he dips out and jumps in the shower. I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're hiding.
So funny. So real talk, like, what are you guys struggling with in your businesses? What's up?
work from my warm market. It's my
Get
biggest-
past your warm market, Jenny.
What?
Get past your warm market.
Even, I don't know. I guess anyone I talk to, really, they're interested to a point, but I don't know how to help them see the value in this. That's my biggest struggle, helping people understand. I have Jordan and Daisy. They're my only consistent challengers, my only active or even interested coaches. I mean, I need to talk to more of my coaches in my downline that are my rewards coach or loyalty coaches or whatever, my discounters. But, I talked to one of them and she was like, no. But I understand, I might have to invite her 10 times before she says yes, and that's fine. 1 down, 9 to go. Great. But I also have a bunch of coaches in my downline that don't respond to me. I had one just cancel, which I understand why she canceled and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be a Shauna and just have to build this myself sometimes. Yes, I have Jordan and she's killing it. She's halfway to Emerald. That's awesome. But I don't know. I don't know how to be a good leader when I can't even get my own shit together. You know what I mean? That's my biggest struggle. I just can't get into a consistent groove. I don't know. I don't have the money to pay for Stem Social or whatever to help expand my network that way. And I'm just stuck at 1,000 followers, and I feel I've messaged all of them, and if I'm just frustrated. I'm so frustrated by my financial limitations that I think it's blocking me from progressing in my finances because I have all this negative stress emotion about it, and it just really sucks. So that's where I'm at. I'm just frustrated with a lot of things that yeah. I know I could change my attitude about some of them, but it's like, even when I'm in a good mental headspace about these things, stuff still sucks. Like, nothing really, like, goes forward. I don't know what it is. So, yeah. Just frustrated.
So as far as okay, number one, you don't have to pay for money for 21 Social or STEM or whatever. Megan said over the last couple of weeks, you were like adding to your network like insane amounts of, and it was you.
Yeah, I just go through and like I literally spend probably at least 30 minutes a day just finding moms, hashtags moms, and doing pretty much 5, 4, whatever, 5, 3, 1, whatever. But I don't comment on 3 pictures. I think that's kind of tacky. Sorry if that's not.
I'm the same. I don't either.
I feel like if I comment on 3 different pictures, I feel like that's not, like, I'm not being genuine. But I try and, like, if they have a story, I'm probably responding to it. But I try and keep, like, my profile visits. I want that to be, like, right at 1,000 a week. That's kind of how I gauge, like, if I slacked off. What? But yeah, I mean, it's really just like numbers.
I love that you're like 1,000 profile visits a week. That's I was just looking at my insights, because if you have a business IG account, it shows you how many people view your profile, how many people come to you, like click on your link. It tells you all that stuff, which is awesome. I just clicked the wrong thing. But like my insights show me, where's my profile visits? Like I gained 222 followers from October 4th to October 10th. 21 Social is doing that for me, and I count that. That's fine. But like my profile visits, with STEM Social helping me, I had 910. So for Megan to be doing that organically on her own is awesome. And
I had STEM Social for a while, the $9.99 one, and I thought like it brought me a couple good people, but like at the end, I seriously, like after 4 months, it was only sending me like majorly, it was like a bunch of people that did not speak English. I don't know how that happened, because I had my like target accounts pretty good. Like I thought that I was getting good people. And if I went to those accounts and did it organically, it was people that I wanted to work with. So I don't know where it was coming up with these people. I think it was like other people on social that they were like trying. I don't know, but it was not my ideal.
That was my experience with STEM Social too.
Yeah, and they were good for like 2-3 months, and that's when I was just like, you know what? And they were unfollowing people that I had saved that I wanted to like connect with. They were unfollowing them, and a lot of them were people that were like private. So then I would have to like, I would be building these connections with people, and I would go back to follow up, and I had to refollow them. I was like, oh my God, this is so tacky. Yeah. So I think that it was hurting my business way more than it was helping. The only thing that I'm struggling with now without it is I don't have the system down for unfollowing. So like the people that aren't following me back, I think I'm going to have to, do I have to pay for like Captivate or something like that to be able to do that?
There is is it Cleaner?
Cleaner is free.
Cleaner is free, and that's an app. That's an app on your phone, and you can just go through, and it will just show you who is not following you, and you can mass select them and just remove them.
Okay, yeah, that's amazing. And because I mean, obviously, some people that are unfollowed or that didn't follow me, I'm still gonna like if I really like them, I might try and build a relationship. Yeah. But they don't know that they need me yet, but they do. But
yes, ma'am.
But yeah, I don't really know how to. I had Captivate, and it was like you could only do 50 things, and then it was like, oh, you have to pay, and I was like, dang it, is nothing free anymore? But
so this is it. I don't know if you can see it. It says Cleaner for IG.
Okay.
That's it.
Amazing.
And you go through and you can mass select them. It's really easy.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing is I deleted it from my phone because now that I have 21 Social, I can't do that. I'm not allowed to have anything like, I don't know. To be honest, I'm debating stopping 21 Social myself just because financially it's like, it's not like it's bringing me a bunch of people that's getting me success, even though I know they're not Success Club points, but I'm not getting my tribe enough. If I'm going to do this, I just need to commit to like an hour of each day just searching out those people.
Honestly, I don't mind that part. I think it's that part is one of my favorite parts. It's what I was struggling with was the conversations, so many of them. But now, like right now, and I hope it doesn't get old, but like right now, I'm enjoying it more, even though it is kind of a time suck. So I don't know how. I have no idea how Micah and them do it. I don't know how they build.
Micah has an assistant.
100 people.
That does
she
all
has an
her
assistant for every. Yeah,
she also uses 21 Social, but she has an assistant that does her IG. Micah posts and she does her stories, and her assistant does everything else.
Okay, that makes. Because I have no idea.
Yeah, Micah has Micah's person goes in and comments on everybody's stuff. Like, that's how sometimes I'll know I'm like, that's Micah's assistant. Because, like, Micah wouldn't comment on that picture of me or whatever. Like, I know that that's your girl. And I noticed one of my coaches had several comments from Micah, like, every single day. And I was like, your girl is, like, creeping on my coach. And I gave her a hard time. But, like, tell her to back off.
How do you find these people on Instagram? I know you're supposed to like tag.
Hashtag.
Honestly, lately I've switched it up a little bit, and I have been because a lot of the hashtags I was using, I found a bunch of like coaches or people that coaches had already found. Because obviously I'm not that creative, but I have been looking up parks and like festivals nearby here, which I know is kind of like limiting my range or whatever, but I've been finding like a lot of like just moms. so like I'll look up, like we have a park near here called like Freedom Park, or the Renaissance Festival was just here. So I looked up Renaissance Festival like recent, and it was just, I would just click on cute kid pictures because that's what moms post.
Yes, I love the Renaissance Festival. I got more hits on my Renaissance Festival stuff than like on a lot of my more recent things. People flock to that kind of thing. They really do.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's what
I got a lot of hits on my like mirror selfie that I just put, like a mirror selfie. I don't think I've ever posted a mirror selfie, and I had like 10 comments.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
With your little boy, that one?
Yeah.
He's so cute. Gosh.
But I will say, like, even with 21 Social, which is another reason why I'm kind of thinking of branching off from that, is because a lot of the people that I am getting, they're also following Micah, Melissa Brewer, Carrie, Cozy. Like, we're all, some of us are all following the same people. And we've even had a couple of times when we first started where people would message and be like, interesting, I got this same message from all of you at the same time or whatever, when like our auto responses were on. So that's something else where I agree with you, Megan. Like, I know it takes more time, but I feel like that's how I used to do it. That's how I used to grow. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like, the automated version is great, but I feel like there's something to be said for taking that time and growing it organically too. Even though it's a pain in the butt, it's hard work, but I think it's worth it too when you can't necessarily afford it.
And I've had a few people that like a really, like just really good leads from it. Like I had one girl that messaged me and was like, I just wanted to know why you're following me or something. She's like, I'm a foster mom, so I have to be really careful. And I was like, oh, I understand if you're not comfortable. I was like, I don't remember really what I said. And she was just like, oh, well, actually, I've really been wanting to get healthy, so I'm really glad you randomly found me. I was like, I did not think that conversation
was going there.
See, that's awesome.
A free trial, so.
See.
Yeah, you just
are awesome.
In numbers, I follow a ton, and I really like. I still need to get better at tracking. I save them in my, like every day that I do it, I save it. You guys know. I save it in my Instagram like each day, and that way I can actually like kick my butt if there's only like 10 people in there. But I really don't like the people that I guess I don't really need to. I follow a lot of private accounts, so I don't really know how many of them are actually accepting it. And then I don't know. Like I send messages and save them, but I still need to go like back. Right now I'm just like connecting with them, sending them messages. If they message me back, then I'll have a conversation with them. But I'm not following up with them until like I was inviting to the free group. Then I went through like all of them and I sent them. So I don't know. I think I need to like go back and like maybe connect. Like, I mean, obviously I like their posts when they come up, but I don't know. A work in progress.
We all are. Jenny, I wanted to address like the negative thoughts about the money. So we are very similar. So when you're talking about your warm market, because there are times where I'm still in my warm market and I really struggled with expanding to my cold because I feel like for so long I lived in the warm. Like, and I still sometimes do live in that. And then I do believe that there's that energy that you're attaching to the money piece of things and to the lack thereof of that abundant flow. But I want to assure you, which I have found, even when I am spending the money on 21 Social, it's not necessarily panning out for me. So I know that feeling of the grass is greener, like when in our thread, everybody's like, oh, I got the $250 version of this, and I got this, and I'm maxed out on all this. And it's like, those people are still struggling too. So I had to get that through my head because I immediately focused on, especially when I was working full time. Well, if I had an assistant for my Instagram, then it would work too. Well, if I had somebody making all my meals, then I would be doing great in my nutrition too. Well, so I think it is so easy. The grass is greener. That's how I used to be. And now I feel like once you can kind of flip that script in your own mind a little bit, which is so much easier said than done, you'll see that abundance starts to come. Those blessings start to come. But when you're like, Carrie, we are so like, Jenny and I are like, what? Okay. The way I see you like building your business and stuff, the way you're posting, like there's just certain things I am on your level. I just want to be that little shining light that's like, don't give up. Like, I know how frustrating this part is for you. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep expanding. Keep going out to your cold market, because I really do believe that once that momentum picks up, it's going to be gangbusters for you. But it's just this part's annoying. And I mean, you guys, my check today was like non-existent basically. So, and I love when everybody's like, biggest check of the year. And I'm like, wowzers, that's not a big check. Like,
mine wasn't.
Losing my bonus last week was soul crushing. So I feel like there are parts that can really kick you when you're freaking down already. But then other little rays of sunshine come in and they remind you why you're doing it.
Jenny,
So.
I'm with you with like the whole team building thing. And I could very, very, very easily have talked myself down and told myself that I'm not a good leader, because I have had like pretty much my first like 3 or 4 coaches that I signed have quit. And 2 of them I know joined for the wrong reasons. Like I knew that they weren't going to, but she actually, like my second coach that I ever signed, she just quit like here recently, even though she told me she was going to quit. She just didn't cancel her coach account. but she, like I could when I saw those emails, like I almost told myself that it was like because of me, but I'm just not even going to go there. And I am just like putting a lot into like a new coach training, because I love Micah. Like she is on a pedestal to me, like all that. But when I first started her training, the way that it was laid out, it really wasn't like, I don't know. It didn't like captivate me, if that makes sense. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get through it. It took me like 3 times to actually watch all the videos, which is crazy because I'm like a freaking video like like I've seen probably half the videos on YouTube on like from all the coaches, like, but I don't know. I don't like. I love the training. I didn't like click for me when I first started. I don't know if it was overwhelming or if it just the way that it was laid out. Like I didn't really know Micah. I don't know.
Right.
Didn't work for me for some reason. So I feel like for some reason in my head, to be a good, like, get them started right. I've always been weird about getting coaches started. So if I feel weird about it, I'm just going to fix it. So I'm kind of doing like my own a little bit. And I've already made like 4 videos, but like, I think I'm even going to do like a coach mentorship. But anyway, I'm getting so off. But I really like right now I'm not in a good place leader wise at all. Like at all. Like I'm totally back to Emerald. I don't even know, like I'm probably like super close. Like I don't even know how long it's gonna take. I don't know how many coaches I need to even get back to Diamond. But I'm like so focused just on finding like awesome people because I know that it's going to happen. I know like if I stick with this and like stay in it with the long haul, like I'll have those coaches that want to work, but you can't force them to. And like a lot of the coaches under me don't want to work the business like full, like go all in with the business, but you have to go all in with this business to like really grow because it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's amazing. You have to really love it. And really? Sorry about that. But yeah, I know like how frustrating it can very like be. Can you watch this? What's that? I can't even hear myself think, boy. But
No.
But yeah, when I like saw those emails, Weston, stop it. I don't know. Like I got really defeated for like a day, and I was like I don't even know how this is going to be long term. Like I don't know like how I can act. Like I don't think that I can sign these people up and like start them off successful. But I'm just really trying to work on that, and I'm gonna let somebody else take the floor.
No, it is hard. When you say that you're feeling like you're going to end up building it all by yourself, that breaks my heart a little bit. I know you can do it, Jenny. You can do that. But sister friend, I don't want you to have to do that. And I do think there's something to be said about, like Megan just said, find those challengers, get them in your groups, help them find that fire, that passion, because that's where somebody's bit by the bug. Everybody I signed as a discount coach because I'm like, if you're going to be on Shakeology longer than a month, you just need to do it. So that's the majority of my business was all that. But there are also people who have been in my groups that are now like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine not doing this every single day. Those are the people that are now starting to want to coach. But it's really freaking hard. Like, I think I get annoyed when people are like, how hard is it to sit there and like post? All you're doing is posting. Well, if I don't do anything with the post, like fine, I post every day, but the reason my business sucks right now is because I haven't been doing anything after that. I post and I show up on social, but I'm not inviting. I'm not expanding aside from what 21 Social is doing for me, which is fine and dandy that they're going through and liking on a bunch of people's stuff. But if I'm not connecting with those people, that doesn't go anywhere. So it's like, that's the other part of me that's like, do I just stop? Even though 21 Social is great and it's brought my follower count way up, but if I don't take the wheel, then what is the point of that? There is no point. So it still ends up falling on you to make those connections. And in the beginning, I was like, I don't want to chit chat. Someone said, I don't care how many dogs that person has. Well, I do care how many dogs you have. And I do want to know what your kids are doing and what sports they like. And because those are the people. And if you connect with 10 people genuinely that want to join your team, mission accomplished. Like, who cares? I don't know. You know what I mean? I know that's all over the place, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just watched, it was like an hour training from Jenna Kutcher. I'm not obsessed with her, guys. I just found her, so.
You're obsessed.
But I watched like an hour training from her. It was like a live webinar, and I was going to send it to you guys, but she had this whole Instagram training that the video like led up to, and it made you really want to buy it. So I didn't want to send it to you guys because I really want to buy it. Because it's $200. But so like the video, like she's a really good salesperson because I'm like anti whatever. But she said like being popular like doesn't pay the bills. Like she said that she knows people that's had like 1,000 followers that have 6-figure businesses, and then there's people like use like paid like Stem Social and like stuff like that. They have like 10,000 and like they're barely getting by. Like it's really about like building those connections and learning how to convert those followers into clients, or you don't really have a business. You're just Insta famous.
That's what we were talking about the other day when we were saying like you can have 10,000 followers and have the swipe up feature, but if nobody's using the swipe up feature, then who cares that you have the swipe up feature? Like that's the thing. You get stuck in that rut, and then it's so easy to be like, I'm just a bad leader. I'm just a bad coach. I'm just a bad this. I'm just a bad that. And then all of a sudden, like I said in that training, like on that team call, then I just shut down because I'm like, screw it. Like forget it. I'll just start over tomorrow. Well, then tomorrow morning comes and then I'm like, yeah, I still feel like I felt, so I'm out. Like you've got to surround yourself with this type of team. Like that's why I love your team so much, because I feel like you guys really do in that thread, you lift each other up and you encourage each other. And we all have those moments where it's like, what in the actual heck are we doing? Are we even like, is this even real? Can this even happen for us? And trust me, I'm on a ledge, but I know that there's a point. Yeah, Carrie looks up.
Yeah, my team thread is pretty dead. And it really bums me out because.
Is that the one that I'm still in? Or did you do a new one with Team No Name?
Are you not in it? It's called Rise Nation. I changed it.
Oh, did you? I didn't know you changed it. I was going to say, I haven't seen anything from your thread in a long time. So if you have a new one, that
Yeah, I have like 2 or 3 builders that are like still wanting to do their own journeys before so I'm just like chilling.
And I will admit that my thread for a long time was dead. Like it happens. Like my team page was dead. It still isn't super active in there unless I tag everybody and say, what do you think? But like
I just keep sharing the world in my team thread or in my team page, and it's only seen by Carrie half the time, but I don't care. And I don't tag people. Like Carrie tags everybody all the time. I don't tag everyone. I probably should on every single post, but I have a lot of discount coaches in there, and it's like on a business building team call, I don't want to tag you because it doesn't apply to you. Like I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you to get on my team call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's how I'm like super struggling in my team thread, is that like I think there's like 8 like active coaches, I think. And they're not actively building. So like I would love to like even share like Melanie Mitro's like business tip Tuesdays on Tuesdays, but it's not relevant to them because they're not all in yet. I don't know how to get them all in. They're not saying that they're not in, but they're not like making that, like Megan, like I don't really know her recording, but I have one coach that
Here, like we're recording.
Said anything. I know, right? I don't think they'll watch it, but she hasn't really said anything about the business, but she's like doing the workouts with her husband. She's not really sharing too much, but she out of nowhere she said that she's like really trying to convince her sister-in-law to sign up to coach because she said she'd be amazing. So like she's not working the business, but she's not like, it's not her whole world like it is ours. So I don't want to like really like bug them. Like I don't think that it's that relevant to them to share like the amazing videos that I watch every day. But So I don't know. Like I shared the Gold Digger podcast in there, and one of my new girls was like, "Oh my gosh, is that free?" And I was like, "Yes, girl. Podcasts are life."
They really are.
My suggestion though is just keep posting, because you don't know if they choose not to watch it, they choose not to watch it.
Yep.
But you never know what one thing they watch, because I have nothing ever. What is Megan posting? That will click with them and be like, oh my gosh, that's it. Like that's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, maybe I should post like something that'll get them like really wanting to do it, like the possibilities, whatnot. But I'm gonna get them all in. Like I'm on video 5 of my like own Coach University kind of thing, and I think I'm going to do for like my first time in, especially since I've had like a lot of these coaches for a while, and I put them in Mycos, but they haven't done it.
mm-hmm.
And so I think I'm going to do like a group, like I've been talking about for a while, doing like an actual coach mentorship, and just like walk them through it and see like how they respond to it. You need a nap so bad. And that way, like I can, I don't know, make sure they get through it.
Yeah.
And maybe how to light a fire. I don't know. I'll feel better when I have this training up though. And then I can do Ashley Molstad's. Weston, please stop. I'm on a call. Ashley Molstad's like text response, and like put them in that if they want to work the business, whatnot. I feel so unorganized not like signing them up and not having those things that I've been talking about for forever. I need to take my kid to a babysitter, and I need to just make it. I just need to do it. Where's my mother-in-law?
Where is she? Get her over here. Send him this way. You can play with Echo. Might be a little bit more than a day trip to get a babysitter, but hey, it's okay.
Hey. Oh.
Shauna's got two boys. She's close to you.
Yeah.
How close?
I'm in Ohio. I mean, I'm not that close, but I'm closer than Carrie.
How close are you to Ravenna?
Ravenna. Where's Ravenna?
Ravenna? Canton.
Oh, okay. So is it north? Is Ravenna north?
I don't know.
Canton is like 3 hours.
That's where I was born, Canton.
You need to move back home.
That's where all my dad's family lives.
Am I the only coach in North Carolina over here by myself?
Megan's in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. I was born in Ohio, but
Oh.
Do you guys live near each other?
no, we're like a few hours. I'm near Charlotte.
I'm going to
Okay.
deep run.
And Elizabeth's in Charlotte too.
Megan, are you going to Raleigh for the Super Saturday? How close are you to that?
Like 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Haley Christian is talking there. I love her. Oh my gosh. I love her.
I might go. I really want to meet Chelsea Pearson.
I say, why don't you just call Chelsea up and ask her for a ride? Hey, we're neighbors. Let's go.
Hey, we're neighbors. I would love that.
We're gonna be best friends. I'm seriously, wait for the day that I post a picture skiing on her boat. Just wait for it. It's going to happen.
Lake Norman.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Listen. Oh my gosh. I love you guys. I gotta jump off, but you guys have a good rest of your day.
And my kids are off school today and tomorrow. So
I don't even know.
Keep crushing it. Slay your goals.
let's do
Get
a
out of your
race
comfort
to-
zones.
Everybody's at 0. So let's do a race to the first Success Club up point on the board. First life changed. Ready?
Are we all throwing in $10 so we can get the first Success Club point?
Ooh.
We all throw in $5.
$5? That's, yeah. 40 bucks.
Jenny.
We can make a quick
$dollars on plane tickets to West Virginia. So, got no extra cash.
I actually bought plane tickets to California that I need to see if I can get a refund. Does
You need
Southwest
to call
refund?
Maybe. It depends on when you purchased them, but I doubt it. Unless you bought travel protection.
Why would I do that, Jenny? That's too responsible for me to do.
41 years old, damn it. Get with the program.
I love you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna go too. I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.